Hello and welcome to this milestone narration for our software engineering project. This is Adam Losher representing SmellyMonkeys to showcase our completed project for this semester. So the goal of this project was to create a website to generate a Dungeons & Dragons character for a user. This process, usually done by hand, can take up to about 2 hours, depending on how detailed you want to get with the character. And we have made a website to where it can take about 15 or so minutes, depending on how detailed you want to get with the character. So I will demonstrate what we have done. So I'm going to log into my account. Each user can have as many characters as they want on their own account, and I will show you I'll start with the character create page. This is our main menu, and we'll head over to the create page, and you can see here we have all of the different options you can select from to create your own character. I'm just going to start selecting some random things just to show you guys how everything will appear. And let's name this character Bob. We'll make him 30 years old, a guy with a height of 3 feet tall, green hair, and I'm not going to bother with making all these other things that could take a while to think about creating. And alignment options is how the character is played during the game. It can either be good or evil or neutral, and then you can select these other chaotic or neutral. Good. Let's go chaotic good for this character. So next, it takes you. So that hitting that submit button takes you to the character index, where you can see I have a bunch of different characters made, and the new one that you made is at the top. And we can go ahead and select that character sheet, and see it out. It outputs a picture of your race that you chose, and then has all of the stats and all of the options that you chose below it. So when you hit that submit button, we have made the code auto-generate all of the stats for you, so you don't have to roll dice by hand. So you can see all of those here with the strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, and all these other stuff. And each one of these is custom made for each individual character. And at the bottom here, you see you have a spell and item slot. If your character is a spellcaster or would like to hold items, we have an edit character button on the top of the page. And the reason we don't put it in the new character page is because at that point you don't really know if you're going to want spells and what kind of items you want yet. So we have this button up here that will handle this. So we have selected as a team which character traits we can edit, and if you want to add a spell, you can click there, and let's say you want to add a sword, and then hit submit. It'll update your page, and it'll have those spells at the bottom. Spell and item. Alright, let's head back to the character index. And let's say you're done with the character and you want to delete one of them, that you can more welcome to. You can just hit this delete button over here, and it gets rid of that character. And heading back to the main menu screen, there's also this account button up here that you can change your password and also delete your account if you'd like. And then this existing character button takes you to that character index, which you saw earlier. Alright, now we'll get into the code and see what each of us did. I will start off with the views that we've generated, and so this is the view character screen, or this is the view character code. We all three of us worked on this. Me being Adam Losher, Lath, and Nick. And you can see here that we have a few links, and then the character image right here, and then all the features are all the stats and options that you selected. Me and Lath added most of these options, and Nick did a lot of the styling and also added a few of the options himself. And then we have a sign out button at the bottom of the screen. Alright, on the new character, this is the create character screen. Again, all three of us worked on this, adding different options to select from, and Nick did some styling on this as well by centering them, and then we all added some of these options. Alright, going to the character index. Adam Wilshire, mostly did this page and then Nick went ahead and formatted it and made it look nice. So we have this lists out all the characters that you have in your database for each user. This is the edit character screen, and Lath did all of this for editing a user. Sorry, a character, not a user. Next, we'll go to the models, and I exclusively made this file, except for some of the I believe, yeah, I made this whole database and code. So here I set up all the stats for a character, except for hit points. I did that in the character model. I'll show you that next. I set up the associations between character and stats, so they link up properly. And I made functions calling these two functions down here, setting up the initial stats for each of the characters, doing the size of a die and how many dice are used to roll to create the stats. And then this is how it calculates the modifications, and that comes right out of the D&D handbook. Next, I'll do character.rb. Me and Lath both edited this, and Nick added the belong. Oh wait, no, I added the belongs to user. It was just me and Lath that did this. And so Nick did add some of these variables though. So we see we have dependencies up here at the top, where we have the character belongs to stats and belongs to a user. Also, we have the before save, so we run it if a character is a spellcaster or not, and the hit points calculation. So I have the hit points calculation down here for initial level 1 stats, and it goes ahead and sets that stat right here. And then we went ahead and validated some traits that the user entered, just to make sure they fill in stuff that's needed. Alright, this is I added this line in Milestone 2, where it sets up the dependency to characters. Alright, next is character controllers. We did add a lot to this to make the page work, or to make the website work overall. So I believe we added the index page since the last iteration, or the index controller. The edit controller, we added that. We added a full update to update a character with all those variables being permitted. And then I believe we did the view as well. We did the destroy character, so whenever you want to delete a character, you can do that. And I believe and then I updated this one. I updated the create to be able to generate the correct correlation for the stats and the characters, and then inserting a character into a certain user. Alright, and the last thing for the code is we changed up the routes to be able to handle moving between pages. Alright, thank you, and that's everything. Have a nice day.